There is a race none can win. No matter your skill or execution.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
No matter how hard you try. But if instead of looking to win, you approach it differently. If you control everything you can, while accepting anything you can't. If you disregard any and all opposition, focusing solely on your own way. If, whenever you need to, you don't hesitate to restart the clock. And leave to others the counting of its seconds. You may come to realize that, actually, it never was a race to begin with. And if it isn't a race, then you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The Chronograph Daytona.
And action!
All right. Yo, yo, yo. It is OC with you on this Thursday night on the original OC channel. Crypto is crashing. What does it mean for you and your portfolio? Should you be doubling down on Rolex and Patek as your primary sources of growth in your investment portfolio? All right, clickbait headline. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. But it's a bloodbath in crypto, guys. What does it mean for you and your ability to realize your dreams? And what does it mean for the overall Swiss watch market? Are we removing billions of dollars worth of liquidity that could be funneled into watches? I don't know, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the panel is open to anyone who's an expert on watches. And if you are a novice on crypto, if you know absolutely nothing about crypto, you are welcome on the panel. If you think you know everything about crypto, don't bother clicking on the link. Because this show is not about financial advice. We will not be giving any financial advice on tonight's show. We will not be giving you investment advice. We won't be telling you to buy anything or sell anything. We won't tell you that something's going to go up or down. We don't fucking know. We don't know what's going to happen. But if you want to have some fun and share your predictions, by the way, the people who are celebrating the crypto crash, these are the haters. These are the haters. They've never owned crypto. They have never owned crypto. They will never buy crypto. And why should crypto care what the haters think? It's crypto to the moon, guys. And why should we? I mean, the haters don't own crypto, and the haters don't know anything about crypto. The haters are just celebrating. They're dancing in the streets right now, but they don't own crypto at all. And so they're never going to own crypto. The one thing that I've heard today 50 times, and I'm not sure it's true or not. They keep saying crypto has no value. But OC, crypto doesn't have any intrinsic value. Is that true? I don't know. I'm not here to answer the questions. I'm here to pose questions to you tonight, because I thought it'd be fun to fire up a quick stream. We'll do a quick 10-minute stream. You guys want to do a quick 10-minute stream? And we'll talk about this. If you are not an expert on crypto, you're welcome to join the panel. The link is pinned. I think it is. Yeah. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you're an expert on watches, by the way, I think the new 38 millimeter Royal Oak chronographs, they could be the big hit of the year. What do you think? I think these could be the big hit of the year. All comments are welcome in the chat regarding crypto. Again, this show, we don't support financial advice, but these are all, it's fun speculation and predictions. You're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want about crypto tonight, as long as it doesn't violate rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission. As long as you're not dropping links to like sell crypto on some kind of black market or whatever, it's all good. Everything's fair game. Everything's fair game tonight. We're gonna do a quick 15-minute stream, and we're gonna cover everything you need to know about the crypto crash. I mean, literally everything condensed into a quick 15-minute stream. We've got Logan Hall, star of Logan Hall's Grill Streams, member of the OC channel, XRP to the moon. Logan's long on XRP. Logan has 3 primary investments in his portfolio. He's got XRP, which is a cryptocurrency. He's a major shareholder in the Green Egg Smoker Grills. I think he might own like 6% of the company. He might own 6% of the company. And he's also an equity investor in a cattle ranch in Montana. He owns he's like co-owner of a 800 head cattle ranch. So he sources his own beef. And if you think about it, Logan doesn't invest in areas where he isn't an absolute expert. So he knows more than I think anybody in the world about green egg smoker grills. He knows more about Montana, grass-fed Montana raised beef. And he's an expert on XRP. So that makes perfect sense. We have the Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, a member of the OC channel, second in the chat. By the way, reminder to upvote the live stream. Let's get to 15 likes. 15 likes. We've got ZD, another member. So far, it's all members in the chat. That's the best. That's the best feeling in the world. You know that YouTube Analytics says that this live stream channel has more members as a proportion of overall subscribers than any live stream channel anywhere on earth. That's pretty fucking awesome, if you ask me. I'm all in on gondolos to pad my retirement fund. Guys, that is excellent. Again, if I say the terms investment advice, or if I say financial advice, don't take it literally. But I think this is incredible investment advice. The Patek Philippe Gondolo could be a cornerstone of anyone's growth. If you're into growth, as a strategy in your portfolio, Gondolo, baby, buy 2 or 3 of those puppies, you're set. You're set for life. Let's see. The crypto boys pawning off their RMs and Porsches right now. Why? Why would they have to? Let me ask this question, Vimal. That's Vimal, who's also a member. If crypto's going down, should you be buying more? Are they buying more or are they selling? Like, I get it. The price is going down because more people are selling. This is like where I need someone who's like an economics professor to be on the panel. Because I understand there's this thing called supply and demand, bid, ask, sell, buy. I think when the price falls, it means that more people are selling than buying. I think. But I don't know for sure. I think it means that more people are wanting to sell, and therefore the price is going down, and fewer people are wanting to buy. I think. But does it mean that because the price is falling that you have to sell your RM or Porsche? I don't know. I mean, Vimal, are you saying that these people are losing their assets, therefore they have to sell other assets? Or do you think, I don't know. What do you mean? They're the haters. That's right, Logan. They're the haters. They're the haters. The haters who are dancing in the streets and celebrating the crash of crypto, those people don't own crypto. They're the haters. And they don't like crypto. They've never liked crypto. They don't own crypto. And they'll never be able to afford crypto. So who cares what they say? Who cares what? Fuck the haters. That's what I say. F the haters. By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. It's 30% watches, 40% comedy, and 45% satire. So it's a pretty good combination of stuff here on the channel. But we do watch news. Listen, I like this new AP. I got to tell you. Buckley was on the stream the other day. He's like, OC, this watch is perfect for you. It could be. It could be. Hey, Tobister McDonkey's in the chat. Let me just make sure he's actually, no, he deleted this comment. Okay. All right. I won't show it then. Got Loom Pearl, also a member who upvoted. Thank you for upvoting, guys. Let's get to 20 likes. 20 likes in the chat. He says, good evening, OC. Good to see Loom Pearl here. It's a good name. It rolls off the tongue. Boxer's in the chat. Good evening, OC in the chat. Boxer, who's the first non-member. First non-member. That's okay. We'll get him. We'll get him as a member, guys. We will get him. We've got Julius Caesar in the chat, who's a member, says crypto is greater fool theory. I'm not familiar with that theory. Same with Dookie company stocks. What does that mean? Same with shit corporate stocks. What do you mean? Julius Caesar. Listen, I don't know anything about finances. That's the one thing on which everybody agrees. I don't know anything about investing. I don't know anything about crypto. I think crypto is a great investment for people who don't know anything about anything. If you think about it, how's Bitcoin that much worse than GameStop? By the way, silver is also silver and gold are also down, but I think crypto like took some big hits today. Big hits. If you have any information you want to share in the chat, drop it in. Drop it in. Boxer says, "Good evening, OC and chat." Ghost of Vidish Gambino says, "I used to play with crypto and made some money and got out when Bitcoin went below 100,000. But I still have nobody that can explain why they have value. It's like tulips in the 1600s. Listen, if there's something that really sticks in my craw, it's people who are the crypto haters who deny all the incredible intrinsic value that Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies offer the financial system. The incredible value that it brings to us as a consumer, the incredible value it brings as a financial instrument. I would say extremely high natural intrinsic value. I have my own thoughts on crypto. I probably won't share them because I don't want you guys to take it as I don't want you guys to like sell or buy or do anything as a result of anything I say. Not that you would anyway, but I just I'm glad you sold. I'm glad you sold around 100,000. Sounds like you made money. Sounds like you did well. Congratulations. We've got Ryan Hofre in the chat. Says physical gold, silver, and platinum. Enough said. So so Ryan is one of these guys that believes that you should be putting your money into precious metals, which I think it means buy Rolex. Ryan says buy Rolex, make Rolex a linchpin, if that's a word, of your investment portfolio. So like I'm not saying it, but it looks like Ryan is saying buy Rolex. Gold, silver, and platinum. I don't own gold. I mean, I don't own gold bars. I certainly don't own. I owned silver for a time, but that was because my father-in-law kept seeing these commercials on Fox News or like some of the, he'd be watching Matlock. Like my father-in-law's old, right? Like he's watching Matlock and stuff, and then there'd be like commercials like, buy gold coins. You know, the George Duke Mint has the best silver coins available. For only $900, you can get the best, stamped with the head of a Cherokee Indian. These 99.999.999% silver coins are guaranteed to go up in value. And so as a lark, I said, listen, don't buy any silver. Just for fun, I'll buy silver. And I bought like a silver ETF. And sure enough, it didn't go up. It stayed stable for like years. But listen, my financial experience may not be what yours is. You may have like bought silver like 2 years ago and it went through the roof. By the way, I'm here to announce that XRP will be changing its name It will no longer be known as XRP. It will be known as digital gold. Digital gold. It's a new name. It's like clean coal technology. remember when the industry's like, listen, we need to figure out how we can get how can we get like the American public to back coal again? It's like, hey, you know what? We'll just rebrand. We'll rebrand as clean coal. Oh, but wait a minute. Like when you go down in the mines and stuff, it's really not clean. It's like people like end up dying and they get black lung and stuff. It's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're clean coal now. Well, XRP will now be known as digital gold. The new gold. It's new gold. New gold is better. New better is just as good as regular gold, but it's digital. New gold, guys. All right, Vimal is here to help us. He's going to help us understand. Crypto boys have levered up. So they're all getting margin called right now. You don't know that, Vimal. You don't know that. Where did you hear that? On Instagram? Crypto boys have levered up, so they're all getting margin called right about now, driving further decline in prices. Is that what's happening? I mean, I'm not over levered. I'm not sure even what levered means. I have no idea what levered means. All I know is like someone said, OC, would you like to buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin? And I'm like, well, I don't have $1 million. They said, no problem. You can borrow the money. All you have to do is put in 1,000 and you'll get $1 million worth of Bitcoin at $120,000 per coin. I said, wait a minute, I only have to put down 1,000? Sounds great. Sounds like a deal to me. Margin call, margin phones. I don't know anything about that stuff. Again, I don't know anything about finances. Ryan says, because people have a cooperative belief. I'm catching up on the chat, guys. People have a cooperative belief and participation in it, just like fiat currency and Yiddish. No hate, OC. I don't even understand what you said. Listen, I'm not a big fan of fiat. I was once looking at Alfa Romeo. I think I was looking at the Stelvio, also the Quadrifoglio. What's the car? The Giulia. I was looking at the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. I was looking at Audi, BMW. I never really looked at Fiat, so I'm not too familiar with them. MG, I could have bought an MG, maybe like a cool MG Roadster, like, with the top off for cruising on the weekends. But I can't say I'm an expert on Fiat. But they had the Fiat 500. They brought it back, right? They brought the brand back, and they had like a little small car. It was like really small, like a Mini Cooper. The Fiat 500. I think Fiat was owned by Chrysler. I think Stellantis. I don't know. But I don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about, Ryan. I'll be honest. Like, you're confusing me. I'm easily confused though. Like, I have no idea how. I don't know why you're shifting the conversation to cars and car brands. But if you want to talk about cars, jump on the panel. Okay, shitco stocks like AMC, that's the movie theater chain, GME, which is GameStop, etc. Okay, I get it. So in other words, stocks that were like overhyped and became like these meme stocks or whatever. Yeah. Hey, we got Pip in the chat. What's up, Pip? What's up, OC? Well, what's up, Pip? And Mrs. Pip. Let's get to, we have over 7 people watching. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's get to 10 people, guys. Let's try our best to get to 10 people watching. Do it. Only Daniel Katz remembers the tulip crash of 1672. Yeah, Katz was... Is he okay? I haven't heard from him in forever. Daniel Katz. He wasn't alive in 1672, Logan. I think he was born in 1872. I think you mistyped that. I don't know when the tulip crash was, but it's a rude thing to say. Rude. Daniel Katz is 1872. Uh-oh. Look at this. Pip says, I got my answer from AP, by the way. Well, I don't know. What did you ask? If you got an answer to something, did you ask for something? What was your question? I have no idea what your question was. If your question involved a watch, save it. Save it for a live stream. Save it for a live stream. Hey, we got Original Mathis in the chat. Member and co-CEO of the Watch Colony Channel Network. Let's go. What's up, Mathis? Mathis is the best. Let's see. I'll let you guys read this. I don't want to read every single comment. This looks like a really long comment with a lot of big words and stuff, and I'm not going to be able to understand it. But I'll let you guys read it. And if anyone else, why is half my face gone? What's up with StreamYard? Man, StreamYard sucks. What? If I move myself down, look, it hides me. What kind of fucking software is this? $90 a month, guys. I spend $90 a month to have a platform to bring you guys live streams. And this is what they do. Look at this. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. Short StreamYard, or whatever the company is that bought StreamYard. Fucking delusional, guys. If you're watching right now, StreamYard, folks at StreamYard, do better, man. We got John Doe in the chat. Bitcoin mass worldwide worthless delusion, biggest delusion in history due to the reach of the internet. Wow. Is it the biggest delusion in history? I think, I know that if you own Bitcoin right now, or you're buying Bitcoin, it's not the most welcoming environment to come out and say that, because there's a lot of vultures in the chat. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters right now that are like, listen, I'm glad crypto's falling. I want all these people to be wiped out. They're dancing in the streets. They're dancing in the streets. And listen, these are the haters. The haters. They've never owned crypto, and they'll never own crypto, and they'll never buy crypto. So who cares what they think? But anyway, it's worthless delusion. Listen, it's worthless delusion. That's still $61,000 per coin. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to buy, or should you sell? That's the question that we're asking today. Maybe we'll do a poll. Let's do a poll. Here we go. Start a poll. Is now a good time to get into buying cryptocurrency? Let's see if we can come up with a few interesting options for you guys. No. Crypto will fall down to zero. No. Crypto will fall a little further. Yes. Good time to get back in. And hell yes. Crypto will rocket to the... Okay, boom. Let's see here. All right, boom. There's your poll. There is your poll. Is now a good time to get into buying cryptocurrency? Here are your four choices, okay? Your four choices are no, crypto will fall down to zero. No, crypto will fall a little bit further still. Yes, it's a good time to get back in. Or hell yes, crypto will rocket up. Those are your four choices. All the way from very negative, somewhat positive, and very positive. Where are you on the spectrum? How do you feel about crypto? Feel free to vote in the poll. Nothing wrong with a nice fun poll, right? And here's the link to join the panel. Boom. Let's see. We've got Vimal here with a flamingo blue highlighted comment. XRP to be renamed RIP. Rolex is the new global currency. No, I heard XRP is going to be renamed digital gold. Digital gold. Or new gold. I think it's going to be either new gold or digital gold. Thank you, Vimal, for your flamingo blue highlighted comment. Thank you for all your support. Vimal's a loyal viewer. Ryan says, good to see you, OC. Always appreciate your streams. Thank you. Oh, no, not good. Yeah, so Pip called his and left actually sent an email and might have left a voicemail message with his is it with AP Chicago? With AP Chicago. And I guess that wasn't good news. Oh, no. That's sad. That's sad, Pip. If you want to jump on and share the details, feel free. But if you're in a state of mourning, I understand. We do have a poll running. The poll question is as follows. Is now a good time to get into crypto? Should you be now buying cryptocurrency? Here are your four choices. I'm very negative. No, crypto will fall down to zero. No, not a good time to buy. Crypto will still fall a little further. Yes, now seems like a good time to get back in. Or hell yes. Put everything you own into crypto because crypto will rocket to the moon. Those are your four choices. I'm praying for you, Pip. We need you to have a good source of APs. You need to have access to APs whenever you want. Beautiful APs like this new 38 millimeter chronograph. It's been reshaped. The dial has been tweaked. It's a new movement. They with the new movement, they swapped the minutes and the hours. They slightly reconfigured the position of the subdials. So you need to have access to AP. They're the vultures, says Logan. They're the vultures. We're not the vultures. We're not the vultures here. They're the vultures. Remember that. We've got, let's see, we've been going now for 6 minutes. We've got 9 minutes left in this show. We're going to keep it to a short 15-minute stream, guys. We're going to keep it to a 15-minute stream. We're 6 minutes in. We got 9 minutes to go. We're going to cover everything you ever wanted to know about AP and crypto. The crypto crash of 2026, everything you need to know condensed into the next 9 minutes. Buffett, I'm assuming that you mean Warren Buffett, said rat's piss. Munger, and I know you're referring to Charlie Munger, said rat's piss squared. That's rat's piss. Rat's piss doesn't sound like a good investment. Rat's piss doesn't sound like something with intrinsic value. Although maybe rat's piss has like unique medical properties. So maybe rat's piss does have some kind of medicinal value. Maybe it has some kind of oncological value. I don't know. I think we need to do further testing with rat's piss. We need more clinical trials. So I wouldn't rule out rat's piss, entirely. Here's the one guy who says crypto is good. It's Tobister McDonkey. It's time to buy. It's time to buy. He's not fucking around. He's not listening to the haters. He's not listening to the vultures. He knows it's time to buy. He's doubling down on crypto. What are you doing? I mean, probably like 90% of you aren't even in crypto. I get it. I don't love crypto either. But the poll is open. The poll is open. Yeah, Bitcoin dropped 16% today. I think some other currencies dropped, double digits as well. So it's a bloodbath. It's the crash of 2026. Should you get out now? Should you hold? Should you hodl? Should you hodl? Or should you buy? Should you double down on crypto? Or should you liquidate and say, you know what? I'm going all in on Rolex. If I really want a good investment, I'm going to buy watches. I'm catching up. I'm catching up on the chat. I promise. I'm catching up here. I'm not happy, says Yiddish Gambino, for anyone to be getting wiped out. I just don't get how this wasn't just a financial hot potato. And you don't want to be the last person holding when the music stops. Okay, that makes sense. But let me pull up something. Let me see if I can pull up a chart. Let me pull up a chart here. Got to be careful here. Better not go to Yahoo. I better go to like CNBC. Let's see here. Bitcoin chart. Give me a price here. Oh, Yahoo Finance. No, let's go with. Let's see here. Man, they really want me to go to Yahoo. Okay. Check this out. Now this might look hold on. All right, check this out. This might look bad. This might look really bad, right? Like look at that chart. That doesn't look good. It looks like Bitcoin was way up here and now it's like way down here. That's not a good looking chart. But that's a one-day chart. That's a one-day chart. What if you look at 5 years? Oh, hello. Hello. Look, you got all these little nooks and crannies here. It goes up, then it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down, then up and down and up and down. I mean, who's to say that it's going down and it won't go up again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gatsby's in the chat. Member of the OC channel. Why is everybody hating on Fiat? My first car in high school was an X19. I should have held on to it. Yeah. I think Fiat was, I mean, were they reliable? You had Fiat, you had MG. What else did you have? What other small cars did you have that were like convertibles? Yeah, the Fiat was cool, man. Nothing wrong with Fiat. Good to have you in the chat, Gatsby. Hope all is well. I'm catching up. Van Lux is in the chat. Van Lux. That name doesn't. Are you new to the channel, Van Lux? Maybe I've seen you like in some other channels or something. It's okay if you. Everyone's welcome back, guys. Everyone's welcome back as long as you're on your best behavior. Everyone's unbanned. I think. No one. I mean, I don't think. I think everyone's unbanned. Everyone's a fresh start. Fresh start for 2026. Keep it clean in the chat, guys. Keep it clean. Bitcoin. I always said I'd buy Bitcoin when it goes under 60,000. Now's your chance. Listen, you're as close as the 60s you're going to get. I mean, are you really going to wait for it to actually hit the magic number of 60? Keep voting in the poll, guys. Keep voting in the poll. Good to see Van Lux contributing to the conversation in a productive, constructive, positive way. Buy it. Buy it. If you can afford it, but you should be able to I mean, don't like put your whole life savings into it, right? I mean, I'd be curious, like if people had all like a ton of money in it. That might be too much stress. Too much stress for me. Fix it again, Fiat. Fix it again, Tony. Fix it again, Tony. Yeah. That's Fiat. Welcome everyone from down under. Yeah, if you're from Australia, By the way, thank you to Archie Luxury Livestream for sending people over. If you came over from Archie Luxury Livestream, drop a comment in the chat. Listen, everyone's welcome. Come on over. If you want to, we do watches here. But I guess today we're talking crypto, I guess. We're not crypto because it's in the news. It's in the news, and it affects watch people. If people are losing their shorts, are they going to have money to buy watches? Or maybe people should get out of crypto and get into better investments like watches, right? Watches are assets, guys. Don't be fooled. They're very good assets. Gatsby says maybe Gronk was right about Bitcoin after all. That ain't real money. I have no idea what Gronk is or who he is or what is going on. Don't know anything about Gronk. I'm catching up on the chat, guys. Just bear with me. Captain's in the chat. What's up, Captain? Member of the OC channel. Captain says, OC, please get Satoshi Nakamoto on the panel to explain Bitcoin to all the haters. Or maybe Michael Saylor if Satoshi can't make it. Okay, link for Satoshi. Guys, please don't click on this link. Leave this link for Satoshi. Yiddish Gambino says, OC, thoughts on the AP Jump Hour dress watch? It's gay. It's gay. 100% gay. This watch will be very popular for guys going to Broadway shows, guys going to the ballet. Come on. It's a very we did a poll about this. I think it's a very feminine watch. This whole idea, I mean, what is AP is kind of doomed if they do, doomed if they don't, right? They pulled something out of their portfolio from the past, and it's a fine looking watch. Cartier does one. The Reverso is this shape. I think Patek has a watch like this. I think there are a lot of people who have a rectangular watch like this. Okay. Is it Mike? I mean, to me, like a watch should have a dial. That's just my humble opinion. My humble opinion is like that watch should have a dial. And this isn't a dial. This is like except for like maybe the Louis Vuitton Convergence, right? The Louis Vuitton Convergence is better than this, right? Do you think so? What do you think? But there are a lot of people who do this. Cartier, Nico Leonard. AP probably said, listen, Nico Leonard is having a tremendous amount of success with his new jumping hour watch. Let's go back to the archives and come up with our own. And Ilaria said, listen, we need to fast track this thing because Nico is stealing the entire market for jump hours. And so they're like, yeah, we got to get this done really fast. So fast tracked it. Fast tracked it. Brooklyn is in the chat. What do I think of it? I think it's an expensive watch. No one's going to buy this watch. Come on. No one needs this watch. I mean, are watch nerds going to buy this? Like AP enthusiasts? Of course. Let them buy it. Brooklyn says, I play on Polymarket. Not sure what that means. A little. I think Polymarket is Polymarket is like so it's gambling apps, right? Like those gambling apps. What are the two big ones? Let's see. What are the two big online sports betting apps? FanDuel and DraftKings. So there's three. There's FanDuel, DraftKings, and Polymarket. Those are the three big gambling apps, right? I find it to be a good indicator for Bitcoin. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Brooklyn. I told you guys I don't know anything about finances. The unique medicinal value of rat piss is that it liquidates your bank account, says Gambino. Thank you. See, rat piss has unique intrinsic value. Didn't Trump tell people to drink rat piss? Hey Ace Live, what's up? I don't know if he said that or not. He could have said it. I don't know, but if he said it, people probably did it. Vimal says we go through these emotions every few years. It's a scam. Well, it's fine, I suppose, to the moon. Well, it's fine, I suppose, to the moon. Crap, it's down. It's over, people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go up or down. I'm not going to tell you about my own financial position. My friends know what I'm doing. My friends know what I'm doing. But I will not reveal it. I'll try to. I don't want to sway you. People are like, oh, like I ran it by Brody, right? He's the lawyer. He's like, oh, so you can't talk about your own personal investments because if someone tries to mimic what you did and they lose money, they're going to sue you into oblivion. I'm like, they can't do that. He's like, dude, these people in your chat are very litigious. They are extremely litigious, and they'll sue you to hell. I'm like, shit. Well, I better not say what I'm doing then. It's one of the few times I actually listen to my lawyers. What gold watch, says Ryan Hofre, what gold watch an AP fan doesn't want a gold Royal Oak? Yeah, like this one. Let me show you a good watch. Boom. How about that one? You kicked ass on that silver that JJ sold you, Cap. Okay, he's talking to Captain. Looks like, I remember that. JJ sold Captain like $400,000 worth of silver. Kitco spot, was like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Confusing. You guys are confusing me. By the way, one thing that isn't confusing is the poll question. The poll question is so simple. We're almost at 50 votes. Vote now on the poll. We'll close the vote. We'll close the poll at 50 votes. Is now a good time to get into crypto? Fuck no. It will go down to 0, or crypto will fall a little bit further. Hold off. Somewhat yes, it's probably a good time to get back in, or hell yeah, put everything you own into crypto, baby. Those are your 4 choices. And let's get to 50 votes in the poll. And then we'll close this puppy. I think there's room for one more vote. If you haven't voted yet, vote. Make your voices heard, or your voice, since there's room for only one more vote left. And then we will read the results, because YouTube doesn't show the poll results in the live chat replay. I don't know why they don't do it, but they don't. So that means I got to read the results. We need one more person to vote in the poll. Refresh or click again or do something. If you haven't voted, now's the time to vote. Oh, look at this. We got Buckley in the chat, member of the OC channel. More likely that Bitfuck goes back to 100,000. It's not going to zero. It does this shit every few years. So Buckley, it sounds like Buckley is enthusiastic about Bitcoin. Thank you for your comment. Emotional panic sales next month. It's digital gold. Yeah, it's digital gold. Digital gold, guys. What's better? What can be better than real gold? Well, digital gold. It's electronic. It's got all the great properties of gold, but it's new. New gold, guys. If you have your choice of old, stodgy, antiquated gold or new, modern gold, which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose modern gold. Okay? All right. The poll is closed. All right, let's read the results. Let's read the results of the poll. Here we go. Is now a good time to get into buying crypto? 48% of you said no, it will fall a little bit further. Okay, you guys are the experts. You guys are really the experts in the chat. 48% of you said no, it'll fall a little bit further. 24% of you, this is second place, 24% of you said it is now a good time to get back in. 20% of you said, hell no, crypto's going down to zero. Wow, we got some real negative Nellies in the chat. Some real crypto haters. 20% of you watching, 20% of the people voted in the poll that crypto will go down to zero. And 8% of you said, now's the time to double down and put everything into crypto. It's going to rocket back up. So there are your results. Is it a good time to start getting into crypto? Is it a good time to start to buy crypto? No, it'll fall a little bit further. That's 48% of you. Thank you for voting in the poll. Ace Live says, do not buy watches as an investment. I'm not sure about that. Listen, if you're going to get out of crypto, you might as well get into watches. A very, very sound financial investment. I'm going to drop the link here to the chat. Boom. The link is available if anyone wants to jump on. We're going to do a quick 15-minute stream. We're 10 minutes in. We got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left of the stream. We'll cover everything you want to know about crypto and the crypto crash of 26 in the next 5 minutes. If folks can't handle the volatility, then stick to Rolex. That's right. The Crypto market is very volatile. It's not for the squeamish. It's not for the faint of heart. No one wants to log in or see like a news alert pop up on your phone that says crypto's up by 10% or it's down by 10% or it's up 15 or it's down 50. That's a lot of volatility. That's not good. It's not good for your psyche. All right. Now, earlier in the show, I said that if you know absolutely nothing about crypto, if you are a complete novice with no information about crypto whatsoever, you're welcome on the panel. So I'm going to repeat that invitation. If anybody doesn't know anything about crypto, but wants to offer uninformed opinions that should not be considered financial or investment advice, because that's illegal and we wouldn't do it here, feel free to jump on the panel. Hey, look at this. And it worked. It worked. We've got Aussie expat.
Bye. You did the disclaimers. It's all good now.
Crypto. You don't know anything about crypto. Let's get that out of the way first and foremost.
I know more about Bitcoin than I do crypto. So I'm a Bitcoin maxi.
Okay, help me wrap my head around this. Crypto is like, crypto refers to cryptocurrency, which is all of the available currencies or coins or whatever you want to call it. And Bitcoin is one specific type of cryptocurrency. Is that correct?
I think that's sort of like the understanding back in like 2015. But I think today, cryptocurrency is everything other than Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin and then there's crypto.
Right, so are you saying like basically, listen, that Bitcoin is in one category and everything else is in a different category?
Yeah.
Why?
And it's not just a chauvinistic thing. None of the other cryptos are really trying to do what Bitcoin does, which is nothing. All of the other cryptos are trying to solve specific problems. They have smart contracts, you do polymarket, all that kind of, stuff, right? They're more akin to financial businesses where the value associated with the coin is directly related to the business that it's operating. Bitcoin has no business, you know what I mean? So it's kind of different. That's the non-chauvinistic way of why there's a distinction, and I think it's fair. Because, like, for example, I have quite a few friends who work in crypto. I don't know anyone who works in Bitcoin. And that's not to say Bitcoin's not good. Everyone I know in crypto is like, you got to buy Bitcoin. like they're, crypto is good here and there. It depends what they're doing, what they're up to, what the vibe is. But Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It doesn't really move in the same way.
MJ's in the chat, member of the OC channel. He says there's something to be said for intrinsic value. I think he's trying to say that Bitcoin and all of these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and the other category, they don't have any value. They don't do anything.
I highly disagree. I don't think intrinsic value has any relevance to the modern world or investments. It's like GTFO, basically.
Is it like
no? It doesn't. Like, I mean, no one buys Amazon because the dividend is good.
That's the old antiquated.
No, but you look at it. Look, out of the top 10 stocks in America, which ones actually give you a dividend?
But are there other ways? I mean,
I think it's like Apple. That's it. Does Apple give a dividend, or do they just do stock buybacks? Like the idea that you can get real returns, you're really riding on the wave of alpha by seeking intrinsic value, i.e. cash flows and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that you're naive for doing it. It's just that stuff gets gamed too. There's companies out there that will return a dividend by borrowing. It's that simple.
You're talking about intrinsic values in terms of the financial instruments and the way they reward shareholders. Maybe the definition that MJ is using is, at least like when you're buying Amazon stock, it's a company that does stuff. They buy and sell stuff, and they make, they have revenue.
But what if what they're doing is actually bad? Like, they're producing negative value in the world. Just because something moves doesn't mean it's good movement, You have to look at the direction. Now, you can only judge that in a capitalist system by whether or not you generate profit, because you could be moving a lot and losing all of your money at the same time, right? You could outlay $100 billion, 100,000 engineers working on a project that goes to nowhere. That's a horrifying waste of time. But people did something, like that sort of test of, something happened is not actually a good test. The real test is profit. But Bitcoin doesn't have that. Bitcoin doesn't make a profit. There's no fundamentals there. So Bitcoin didn't have a bad quarter, didn't have a bad year, didn't have a CEO that did sexual harassment. It's just like Bitcoin is Bitcoin. But I mean, this is not the only story today. Amazon lost huge. They announced $200 billion in AI spending and they're down 14%. AMD announced breaking profit, breaking revenue, breaking guidance, and they dropped 17% the day before and down 1% today. 18% after breaking all their records, they're down 18%. So it's not just Bitcoin. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of hurt out there. Well, who's up today? Who's up? Are you up?
No, not today. Not today.
Yeah,
I mean, actually,
today was bad.
Today was bad, but Google. I mean like in normal stuff. Like Google was down too because
is okay. Berkshire is sitting okay.
You can buy portions of Berkshire, right? You can buy like
Berkby. Yeah, I had a lot of Berkshire last year. I exited after Buffett left.
Got it.
And I was good on that. I put everything towards Apple and S&P 500, so I'm good on that trade. Berkshire's doing okay now, but it was pretty bad for most of the year last year.
Is Epstein Satoshi? Asks Buckley. Wow, he's getting into some deep.
The easiest answer to that is yes. That's the most responsible. No.
Nobody knows.
You asked me earnestly. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not.
Let's see.
But there is truth to it. It does seem that he was an early investor in Blockstream, and if you actually really know Bitcoin, that's basically the core development team was funded by Epstein. But we're talking in the time period around 2016 to 2018, I think, which is a pivotal time in Bitcoin's history for sure.
What do you think of Shibu Inu?
I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I try not to disparage anyone's investments and investment choices. I just hope that they're rolling with the punches, if it's the kind of instrument you have to be rolling with the punches in. Like gold has a 40-year cycle. Stocks tend to have a 10-year cycle. Crypto and Bitcoin is a 4-year cycle. So if you're putting money in, you just have to understand what your time horizons realistically need to be.
Are you familiar with the new 2026 AP novelties? Are you familiar with this piece?
Yes, I'm very. How can I say? I don't love this piece, but it's lovable. It is lovable. Yeah, I could see someone absolutely loving this piece.
Listen, I can see tons of gay people loving this piece. Listen, I think gay people going to their 80s, requesting. Listen, they have a choice, like buy their 5th or 6th Cartier, or buy this. Let's say they already have 5 Cartiers and 2 Reversos, and a couple of of some Van Cleef and Arpels necklaces, some Tiffany chains or whatever. This would be a great addition to their collection.
The problem with this and that narrative is that Cartier is a fantastic watch brand and make fantastic iconic watches, but they tend not, their customers, thankfully, don't tend to be watch geeks. So the enticement of going over to AP to buy something that they already have in full yellow gold and a beautiful Cartier bracelet to go with it isn't that enticing. The only thing that this happens to be is like if you're around watch people, a whole bunch of nerds, like, oh wow, that's actually an AP, it's not a Cartier. and you tricked them. You tricked them. But that's really not what a Cartier clientele is trying to do. They're just enjoying what they bought.
Yep.
So I don't know if this
Cartier
gets...
people are more are just casual. They just want to have one watch pretty much.
Yeah, but they are passionate about that piece. Like I've seen many ladies like, I must have, you know, that mini Panthère in two-tone or something like that. Or my wife begs me for a tank, but I won't buy it.
Vimal says, you guys can read this. I just pull them up. I don't read every single one.
Do you want me to read it? Is that what you said?
No, you don't have to read it. Jen G, who's a member of the channel, says, is Boston, I think she's referring to Boston Collector. Is Boston Collector going to buy this watch? Yes, he will. I think Jen is basically implying that, number one, Boston is gay.
Okay.
And number two, that Boston is gay. I don't know.
That's a very 1-2 case, you know, very, you know.
Listen, the gloves are off. Gen G is going after Boston Collector, trying to, I think, bait him onto the channel to respond. Logan says only OC can start a stream and then not know anything about the topic. I think there are other people who know how to do that too. But I do it all the time. No prep, no nothing. Aussie is in the chat as well as on the panel. He says it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to. So like, you don't have to talk about what you're doing personally, because you know people like they get into like, oh well, Aussie doesn't even own a house. What's he doing buying? You know, we can't trust anything he says. I hear people say that all the time, right? And OC
that's
like
okay.
he doesn't know anything about watches, so we shouldn't listen to anything he says, and that's probably true. But
that's
in
fair.
this case, I mean, I'll just say, like, I have like a stockpile of cash, you know, stuff that's been in 4% T-bills or whatever, waiting for the right moment to slide into some opportunistic.
Oh, really? So you're market timing a little bit. That's not just your expenses fund.
Yeah, I mean, market timing, you never can time a bottom or a top or whatever. But
right,
if you see something is way down, you know, then if you think it's down, then, you know, and you have funds that then put, you know,
most of the things I've got, most of the things I've got have huge amounts of cost basis on it. So I can't just start allocating things around. And the cash that I've got is to ride out storms like this. So I'm not going to start. I mean, it's very tempting. Like, believe me, this morning I was like, you're going to have to stop me from buying today.
Aussie, if it was a good buy at 100, and it was
absolutely, absolutely.
But 80,
but I mean,
how can you resist not buying at 60?
Well, I've learned to bet against myself too. You know what I mean? I don't listen to myself 100% on anything. So I think having a couple of years of cash to ride out any storm as you enter retirement is the prudent thing to do. It's the pussy thing to do, because I mean, if you sim it out, most of the time you're going to be fine just putting it all into S&P 500 and withdrawing as you need it. But I'm a pussy, and so I put in all that I want in Bitcoin. I've put in all that I want in various funds, ETFs. The only thing I'm trying to get out of is Amazon, but that'll take, by my spreadsheet, a decade. It'll take a decade, because it's going to take too long to draw down. But if they keep making decisions like they've done in the last 24 hours, you know, maybe I'll run out of Amazon stock pretty quickly. So, I mean, I think what I'm saying is always a good time to buy is that in 10, 20 years time, which is the time frame you need to be looking at these assets, it won't really matter if you got in at 100, 120 or 60. It won't really matter.
Why?
Because it's going to be 1 million or on its way to 10 million.
Wow. What? How is that? But when you say something like that, people are like, that's crazy talk. There's no justification for how Bitcoin could be valued at that.
There's no ceiling.
There's no ceiling.
There's no ceiling. There's no fundamentals. There's not like a PE ratio that has to like, oh no, the PE ratio is 500x for the SpaceX IPO. It's going to crash the market because it's not worth it. There's no fundamentals to Bitcoin. So there's my assertion that it's worth 10,000 is as valid as 1 million, 10 million.
Was Bitcoin created, you think, in order to provide a way to generate wealth for either people in the know or people or commoners, or is it designed as like some growth
reset? No. I've talked to the person I trust most on Bitcoin, and his hypothesis that from now on is Bitcoin is going to resemble old money. As in everyone who sort of got rich quick, whether it gets too high or gets too low, they always sell out. These people are not generational wealth people. And who they're selling to are these family offices that want a 5% allocation into Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So I think we're seeing a slow transition over into old money's hands, unless you have the balls to hold on and keep it out of their hands. But that's up to you. I think in general, the overall flow is going to go into old money's hands. Regular people can't tolerate this kind of volatility. Like they don't have this, a portfolio that backs up a high risk bet like Bitcoin. And Bitcoin will always be high risk. It'll never be seen as the safe thing to do until you truly understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm. What's the psychology behind people watching it during the sell-offs and watching it during the rises? Does it create a sense of like fear of missing out, or does it create a sense of like
dread? One person who was coming in through the 2020 cycle, like boom, he's a young guy, he's an engineer at Amazon, not me, and he's making good money, and he's putting all his money in crypto and Bitcoin, but mostly crypto. And I said, Guy, please do more Bitcoin and a little less crypto. And he's telling me I'm wrong. And I'm like, okay, you do you. I'm just happy that you're investing. But when the bear market comes, and it will, you have to be comfortable with what happens next. And so the bear market came in 2022, and it was brutal, especially for the alts. And he was heavy in alts. And it was very, very brutal. And it went on for a long time, and it was savage. I think it was like an 80% drawdown on Bitcoin, never mind the cryptos. And he just went quiet for a few months. So guys out there, investment, you're feeling trouble, just keep talking, please, talk to someone. Mm-hmm. And a few months later, he pops up, and he's now a woman. Like, no joke. Like I tell people all the time, like the bear market will change you. It'll fundamentally change you. In this case, he questioned his very being and converted from male to female.
If you have lost your entire life savings in Bitcoin over the last 2 days or whatever, how long it's been, we do have the name of several clinics that you can visit to help you with your transition. So just leave contact me on Instagram, and we'll put you in touch with the right people. And we wish you the best. Original Mathis says, oh, by the way, Gambino says, check out the yellow gold Royal Oak 41 millimeter with the green malachite dial.
Beautiful. I have a real affinity for gold Royal Oaks. I'm very envious of gold Royal Oaks. I don't think I can afford one. I'd have to give up my dream on a platinum Daytona. Yeah. But you gave up on that, right? You were chasing that, and you finally threw in the towel and said, "This chase, you never know that this journey is not worth it."
Yeah, they're expensive. I don't know if I need one, but if they offered one, I would probably take it. So
yeah, you would take. Like, call comes in tomorrow, platinum Daytona. Are you ponying up?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's slightly below flippable. I estimate you're losing the tax of buying a Platona.
I think they're 15,000 over retail right now for new fresh card unworn.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think you would get that from a dealer. I don't think you get close enough to make it flippable. It'd be close, but not.
I'd still
that
probably
close.
get it. I might get it and then get rid of a few things. I have a few things in my collection that need to go anyway.
Okay.
So
You do have
We'll
some
see.
heavy hitters that could make up the balance. I'd have to sell like 11 watches or 12.
Which you probably should if you have that many watches.
I've got more than 22, I think.
22. That's you've done well.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm thinking about getting rid of the Batman, but in wearing it, I realize I like it. But it can't be the criteria that I like it that I keep it. Surely not. Surely I can't just keep it just because I like it. I don't know. But the thing is, I like the Pepsi better. So that it's very hard for you to make a decision about like getting rid of a watch because you will like it. It's just that would the wrist time be better spent on a watch that you like even more? That's the key. And I don't know. I don't really have a watch like this. You know, yeah, I have the Pepsi, but that's on Jubilee. And then if I get bored of that, I can swap the bracelets around. And this one's a little bit more fun in the summertime and, you know, when you want a bit of a more masculine look and the polished center links, which I don't normally like, but sometimes you do. I don't know.
I'm just rocking the Patek Calatrava weekly calendar.
Nice. I like that. You said that had the ISO week number on it, right?
Yes, it does.
I lived and died by that.
Week 6. It's week 6. It's almost like counterintuitive. Like, how could it be week 6? It's only the first week of February. That's the way they do it.
Yeah.
Let's catch up with people in the chat here. Original Mathis says, I heard the Hawk Tua coin was a good investment. I don't think it was. What are your thoughts? I'm not going to do that. What are your thoughts on the Seiko SKX? Have no idea what that is. And
SKX, come on. I can show you the SKX. Is this channel good to show an SKX on it?
I guess what does SKX stand for? I don't. We
It
don't
doesn't stand for anything.
We don't want to show any Japanese pornography on the stream.
Oh no, it's not.
Aussie.
It's not lewd. It's the SKX. There we go. We got an SKX. I was wearing this when my son was born.
Oh, it's a watch. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I didn't have a Rolex at the time. I was offered a Submariner, but I was an idiot and turned it down because it was in the wrong year. I said to the AD, I want a Submariner for my son's birth year. And my wife's pregnant, expecting in January. And I asked in November. That sounds pretty, tight if you ask me, potentially. You know what happens? She calls me the next week. She calls me the very next week, and it's not the year that my son will be born, and I'm just like, and I had to say no. I don't know if that was a mistake, but I mean, literally isn't a birth year watch for my son. It's like within 2 months.
Crazy, huh? We have St. Peter in the chat. Gold is God. What are your thoughts on gold? There are a lot of people who bought gold at 5,000. And then they saw it go up to 5,600. And they're like, yeah, gold to the moon. And then I think it's down to something. It's down on.
I don't think, I'm not going to put any caps on expectations on that. I'm not going to poo-poo on gold's parade. I think that people do have to understand, though, that gold and silver, there's certain price levels that people will start bringing in things and melting them down. And then supply appears basically out of nowhere. Silver cutlery and silver service plateware and stuff like that. People will start harvesting this stuff, the gold and silver, out of all these different things, including melting down watches at a certain price point. But it's really tricky. These commodities, a lot of it's paper. You know what I mean? There's always rumors about paper. And I don't understand how a physical commodity with the market caps of gold and silver can move in price so rapidly beyond, minor market dynamics. Like, as in by minor, like what's happening on this particular order board on the electronic exchange. It's not the real world, that's for sure.
Yeah.
because the real world doesn't move that fast.
Interesting news today, and that is the world's largest jeweler, which is technically Pandora. Pandora is the world's largest jeweler. Their CEO said that because of the appreciation in the price of silver, they're moving away from silver. They're one of the largest silver jewelry retailers, and they are going to be shifting to platinum coated metal, basically.
Oh, interesting. Aluminum.
So they're
Alumina.
So they're like, this is interesting. It's like, so like maybe they don't. Maybe people don't want silver. They want the look of silver.
Yeah.
They don't want.
No, but what's interesting here, if you're a silver buyer, investor, we're seeing the world's largest jeweler say we're just not going to make silver jewelry anymore. You know, the alternative found, they're just not going to do it.
It's
you know what I mean. So demand just vanished out of thin air. You know what I mean. So I think it's tricky. What about Tiffany? Tiffany does a lot of silver, but their margins are so high.
Tiffany is their number one category is silver. Yeah. A 4-star review. Did you see that the Patek discontinuations are back online? Yeah, they are. But we know that those were flagged with discontinued models. So I think we know that they're gone. But yeah, they're back up, and interesting to see what will happen and when. We're all watching. And then Patek also moved a whole bunch of gem set models into the Nautilus catalog, into the main Nautilus catalog. Did you see that, Aussie?
Oh, interesting. Are you waiting for a Patek?
Am I waiting for one? I think I may be getting a Patek this year, but I'll keep it. People know pretty much know what it is, but I may turn it down. And ask for something else. These watches are super expensive, so let's take a look at the Nautilus lineup here. We've added a whole bunch of off-catalog pieces and moved them into the main catalog here. We have a 5811 full diamond on the left here. Then we have on the right 2 5980s full diamond, white gold, and rose gold.
Are they putting prices or just?
Some of them have prices, believe it or not. Like, which one do you want to see prices for?
The most baller.
The most baller, like a 5811 full diamond.
Oh yeah.
721,000.
Okay, that's definitely make you blush price. Holy cow! Because this is kind of a dog in the Rolex catalog. Like if you get a Daytona, I think it's white gold. It's full bust down like this, and I think it's like 500 something, and secondary is like 300. So this has got to be low. Like that number is just so ridiculous.
It's an interesting strategy to kind of show these pieces, and are they trying to get people to like, listen, this is the hot horology stuff, and now it's attainable. All you have to do is have enough money. Because I think it's not attainable still. I think these are super impossible to get. Right? Here's a 5990 with sapphires. Do they even have the price on this? Sure, why not?
Wow.
$2 million. $2 million.
$2 million. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
We've been I've been in streams a long time looking at watches for a long time. 2 million retailers.
$2 million retail for a watch. And then if you scroll down here to the bottom, they've got 5723s, which are basically Nautilus with diamonds. And then you have 5711s. The good old fashioned 5711 is kind of back in platinum with four varieties. You have diamond bezel, sapphire bezel, ruby bezel, and emerald bezel. Which one do you prefer?
Emerald.
And it could be yours. It can be yours for only $432,984.
Wow. I'm shocked. Have you met anyone that buys such pieces?
No, I mean, these are crazy pieces. We did meet Buckley and I were in Bucher one time, and we saw a guy who had the green dial steel Nautilus, and he had two of them. And one of them, what are you promoting?
Alcohol-free
cocktail. And he had the green dial Nautilus. He had one without the diamonds and one with the diamonds.
What do you mean by he had one? He was wearing both?
He was wearing one, and he said, "Yeah, I have the one." I think he was wearing the one with the diamonds. He goes, "Oh yeah, I have the one without the diamonds too." But
I'd believe him. I'd believe him.
Yeah.
I think going back and picking up a 5711 now is a great idea, because it seems Patek are just reluctant to put out a true replacement for this watch.
I've heard negative things from many people who've gotten modern pieces with the butterfly clasp, that it is not as comfortable as the previous clasp.
No way. Because the 5711 wasn't amazing. Its bracelet is not amazing. It's pretty chintzy.
It's not amazing, but it's comfortable apparently. And
Wow.
if anybody has any direct knowledge about that issue, please feel free to jump on. But yeah, I mean, we do know people obviously have modern Nautiluses, and they're not happy with them. They're not. So like if I got a 5811 and I put it on and I wasn't comfortable, or if every time I wore it wasn't, I'm like, no, this thing doesn't feel. I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, it has the same potential problems as the Royal Oak, so it takes some care to make sure that that bracelet actually is nice.
I think it's worse because it has like a bigger kind of arch underneath. You know, that arm that
yeah, it doesn't have gaps that form as widely as the Royal Oak and as often as the Royal Oak.
We've got Evan G is in the chat. Evan says crypto is a risk asset that measures. These are big words you have to interpret for me. A risk asset that measures the general willingness to accept risk. Crypto crashing right now means that people feel like the economy is going to be bad, so they're moving to safer assets. Do you agree that this is a barometer of the larger economy?
I like this narrative, but I personally see Bitcoin as a low risk asset as well. It's high volatility, but it's low risk. As in, if you put $1 million in Bitcoin, in 10 years' time, where it's at is a different proposition to, say, putting $1 million in Airbnb. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the Airbnb, you have to keep an eye on it. Are they doing the right things? Are they competitors? What's the global economy doing? Bitcoin is Bitcoin. You know what Bitcoin is 10 years from now. You already know what it is.
Wow.
So, but I agree with him. This is what's happening. But it's happening with all areas of risk. So the highest, tech stocks like AMD are freaking crashing because of the deals that I have with OpenAI.
Got Scratchy in the chat. Well, good morning, OC. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Scratchy. Good to see all the friendly faces here. Where's Brody to make sense of all this? Asks Ace Live. Brody is probably having dinner or doing something else. Diego M is in the chat. I jump on, but my tummy hurts. Don't listen. Take care of the tummy. We don't want anyone coming on with a tummy ache. You'll be distracted, and you won't make a great panel appearance.
Here's another investment narrative that sucks. SpaceX IPO later this year, 1.5 trillion. They're asking to be included in the indexes as soon as possible, meaning the indexes are going to be forced to buy this thing at valuations that don't make any sense. And then regular people who are just holding on to, VOO or VT or whatever, they're going to go for a SpaceX ride. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you say that the bear market turned a guy into a woman? That was the story.
Yes, it 100% happened. Like, and it was like, from our perspective, he disappeared for a few months and then came back, and then all of a sudden he was a woman. But my wife would get weird messages from him, including pictures of him dressed, in a dress, saying, "How do I look?" and stuff like that. So he was sort of like testing whether or not he was passing with other women. I don't know if he expected to get like a a clap when you put on a dress from the perspective of a woman. But yeah, yeah, he turned into a woman.
Vimal says, instead of buying Airbnb, what if you were to just buy an S&P index? Wouldn't that be way, way better than buying Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, you can't get Bitcoin in an index at the moment. But to your logic, S&P 500 is worth something like 500, 400, 500 trillion. Bitcoin at the moment, I think it's worth like 1.5, near 2. It means that if it was part of the S&P 500 index, you would have about 1 or 2% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. That seems reasonable to me. So I wouldn't stray from that. I don't advocate going for single stocks. And that's kind of where I think crypto is. Crypto is more similar to buying a single stock, while buying Bitcoin is a little bit closer to saying you're buying gold.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but
what Vimal was saying is, like, in order to counter the risk of buying one stock, like Airbnb was your example, you could buy an S&P 500 index fund or whatever, and wouldn't that be safer, much safer than buying Bitcoin?
Yes. It depends what you think your risks are. I think long term, there are some issues with systemic problems that the S&P 500 would not shield you from. So things around the US economy, US dollar, blah, blah, blah. In general, assets should ride above that. It might be a rocky road, but having some Bitcoin could counter that. But there's no evidence for that. I'll grant that. Bitcoin sort of moves like a tech stock.
Well, here's a 5-year chart for Bitcoin. This doesn't concern you at all, seeing these ups and downs and the ups and downs. Not for the squeamish, but how can something go up 20%, then down 20%, then up 20%? Like, is there logic?
It's because it's volatility. So the problem is, if Bitcoin moved in a straight line, everyone would do it, including poor people. And the real world, and I'm not saying that there's some sort of karma, I'm just saying the real world as it is, disregarding money, the thing that actually moves and drives everyone. The real world can't consist of 50% of the population in early retirement. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Someone actually has to do the stuff. Someone has to cook the food, tend to whatever, get the packages done, actually make someone healthy and be a nurse, you know what I mean? We can't literally have people getting generational wealth simply by saying, oh, that thing keeps going up, I'll put my money there, and then it keeps going up. It's not going to be that simple. If you see someone around you, it could be me, and you say, that person doesn't deserve to be rich, something's got to shake them out. Like, if they're rich, then everyone else is doing something crazy wrong, and something will come along and shake them out. This could be it for me. This could be, this could be the end. But, I've thought about that. Like, for example, there's always a guy that wants the Panda Daytona. And then you hear about him, and he says, you know what? My essay says the next one is mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think, yes, you're not like fist pumping, and you're not trying to downplay it either. You're not against him, but you also know he's not the guy that will win the Panda Daytona. Something will happen that will fuck this guy's story up. He doesn't know it yet. I don't know it yet, but something has to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Something has to shake this person out.
Not that I'm rooting against him or anything. I would never want to do that. But if if something were to happen and, oh shit, he doesn't get it, oh well, that's what happens.
Yeah, like it's like he's way too, he's not the kind of guy that would end up getting a Panda Daytona from the AD. And I had such a person, a friend, and he was like, yeah, Jimmy's gonna get me the next one. He says I'm the next one in. You know what happened about 3 months later? Jimmy decided he didn't want to do sales anymore and wanted to go back to being a technician. So that was the end of that story. You know what I mean? Like it just, for some people, it can't happen. I've seen it time and time again. They get close, but the world has to conspire against them because inevitably it has to. It has to. This is how the world works. You can't have even a large portion of the people out there just in early retirement and generational wealth. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's the real world. It involves people actually doing work and feeding the country and healing the country and making the software and the games and blah, blah, blah. And AI might be deflationary, but someone still has to do it. And this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You make the graph do this and you keep all the poor people away.
But when you say you make the graph do that, that implies that there's some forces at work or there's some...
But it is. It's the real world. I don't mean there's like the two French scientists who keeps like, dump it, you know. What I mean is the world has to conspire to keep most of the people poor enough to keep working. That's reality, because it has to. We can't all just say, oh, we're happy with the numbers in our invisible imaginary bank accounts and that we're all good for early retirement and generational wealth. That's not the boat that we're in. The world will have to conspire. If everyone said we're rich, then all of a sudden no one's rich. It's called inflation, but it won't just be inflation that kicks people out.
If anybody wants to jump in and engage in some of these advanced philosophical discussions, ones that I'm not equipped to partake, please join. We've got J'aime Patek in the chat. J'aime Patek, good to have you here. Now, is there the Nautilus, the Patek game, really, the Patek journey really doesn't exist anymore? So I'm assuming that you're not involved at all in playing.
Yeah, that's correct. I visited once. They made it pretty clear that they were very nice. They were very, very nice, but they made it very clear that Nautiluses go to people who've purchased 3 or 4 watches. But what he didn't say, and what they don't tell enough customers, is just because you bought 3 or 4 watches doesn't mean you get a Nautilus. Plenty of people have got 3 or 4 Pateks, never got the Nautilus.
Cool. Oh,
so
people who waited years and years and bought 5 pieces and will never get the Nautilus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there's no game there to be played.
But you're not the kind of person that would spend $150,000 to buy the Nautilus on secondary.
I could. I just don't particularly like the 5711. Like, not enough. I would get it in the 60 range. I feel like it's not going to go there. I'm not saying it's going to go to 60 and then I get one. I would say it's worth 60. But if I didn't have any Daytonas, I'd be buying Daytonas first. But I've got Daytona, so it's not that great. It's like right now I'm trying to get a Royal Oak. I'd rather spend, $30,000-$40,000 on almost any Daytona, Black Steel, a Zenith series, almost any Daytona I'd rather put the money towards. But I have Daytonas too. So it's the next thing. New 38mm, I'd love to see this in person, know if it's reliable.
Yep. So the new movement looks like they've improved it a little bit. They've made the subdials a little bit bigger. It's in-house movement. In-house is better. That's what Teddy Baldassar told me. He said that in-house movements are better than buying the off-the-shelf movements.
I tried the 38mm, not this one, the Royal Oak Chrono. I really didn't like it. I definitely preferred the bigger one. There was something about, I really love the pushes on the Royal Oak Chrono, but on the 38mm, the pushes are very, very small. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't feel like something that I should be touching.
On the previous one, they were closer to the crown too, so they spread them out. In the new movement, they're further apart, which makes it look aesthetically better, and I'm sure probably functionally easier too. But we're way too used to spending $43,000 on a steel chronograph. That seems like, and we're like, yeah, no problem. Sounds good. It's AP.
Yeah, until it
It's
breaks.
It's under warranty for 5 years. Got Tickle My Talk in the chat. What's doing? Cheers all. Good to see Tickle My Talk here. Who else do we got? AMD Chaz reminding us that 50% of the world doing everything for the other 50%. And then a little bit of commentary on the end there.
I think there's a lot of ladies out there who have to work for a living who say something else that. Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, if you just joined us, we're talking about the crypto crash of 2026. What does it mean for watches? What does it mean for you? Are you doing anything different? Are you watching from the sidelines? Just doing an unplanned, unscheduled show. Feel free to jump on. Otherwise, I think we just want to do a short 15-minute stream. We're 11 minutes into it, so we've got 4 minutes left. We'll wrap up everything in the next 4 minutes. We've got Watch by Design in the chat, just listening. Good to see you with us.
Do we not have any punters that have lost money on something other than crypto and Bitcoin? Because I mean, it's been savage out there. Anyone who's involved in software right now, I saw I think it's the Morgan Stanley index of SaaS businesses or software business, and it's like down 20%, while NASDAQ is up 20% in the last 6 months.
It's like Salesforce and Oracle are getting killed, right? In those kinds of companies.
I think Oracle pivoting to cloud might be a little stronger to them, but yeah, like I'd be looking at Salesforce, Adobe, who are other big names? Atlassian maybe.
Yep. But why would they be going down? Why would businesses be? Is it businesses are spending less on some of the non-essential services that those companies offer?
No, I think the narrative is that you can create a lot of these services with very minimal capital effort using AI. And I think it's true. But what is also true is management doesn't like having more things to manage. So does it mean these software businesses will go out of business? Will there be new competitors? Will their margins be smaller in the future versus today? I think these are the valid medium-term questions that are very valid. Because I mean, I recreated almost all of the functionality in Google Sheets and more in 1 month, and it was a hard month. I was doing like 100 hours a week. And using up all of my Claude Max tokens, and but it was really good. I really loved it. I replaced it, and I started reading up on books on how do I start my own SaaS. And then I said, you know what? I retired for a reason. I do not need to fuck up my retirement right now. So I'm going to put this down and stop talking to the people that I started hooking up with to. Not hooking up in that way, but I started putting out feelers, like who knows how to start a SaaS up, and what am I in for? And I decided I needed to actually enjoy my retirement and not just indulge in this engineering fantasy.
Makes sense. OC, what's worse, asks Vimal, Bitcoin losses or Patek Vacheron dress watches at retail?
I mean,
buying right now, if you buy right now, the question is, do you think Bitcoin's going to drop another 30%? Because you're going to lose 30 to 40% when you buy Patek or Vacheron. Even I know that. I'm not naive enough to know that these watches are not dropping precipitously off a cliff in secondary.
I mean, even Rolexes that trade on the bubble, if you went to a dealer, they'd only offer you about 70% of the secondary market price in that sort of range. I mean, I'm sure the Pateks are lower than that. Just because of like there's so much less liquidity. Like even if they were priced similarly to retail, they would still have to undercut you even harder.
I'm out of topics. I'm out of topics. Let's see. Oh, we'll give the audience the 2-minute warning. If someone wants to jump on the panel, they are more than welcome. Otherwise, hey, we had a great 15-minute show. It's exactly where I wanted to end up, right at the 15-minute mark. There's the link. Boom.
Last investment idea. Converting 401k to Roth right now, if you've got stuff that's been priced lower, is you get more stock in that conversion.
How do you do that? How does that work? Explain.
Well, if you're an early retiree, or if you're going to retire earlier than that, you don't have to be retired yet. Just depends on your tax brackets. But if you want to withdraw from your 401k now and put it into a Roth, pay the taxes now, and that way it'll grow in the future inside the Roth account. And then when you eventually withdraw from the Roth, that's completely tax-free. No income tax, no capital gains, anything inside the Roth is completely free and clear into the future. So if you've got a good time horizon to go, converting some 401k while the prices are depressed, may be very tax efficient in the future, especially if your future is long. The other benefit, after 5 years, you can withdraw the principal that you converted. So you don't even need to wait until 59 to access that money. I'd advise not to, because it's in the perfect vehicle for growth. But if you ever needed access to it in 5 years down the line, it could happen.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm approaching retirement age. So.
Well, I mean, you're still young from that perspective. You're not at retirement age, quote unquote.
Correct.
So the advice.
I mean, you're talking
67
and a half, right? Is the retirement age, or is it more than that?
No, so you can withdraw from your 401k.
59 and a half.
Yeah, 59 and a half. So that's the number I'm looking at.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, Aussie, thank you for jumping on. Really appreciate it. We had a good discussion. And if you want to join the quick after show, I'll drop the link right here. Boom. And let's remind everybody to reach great night. Jump on the after show if you want to hang out with me and Ozzy for a few minutes. Thanks, Ozzy, for coming on.
And action.